A girl is missing in A Girl Missing on the Film Threat Review Show. Hello, I'm Alan Ning. I'm the managing editor of Film Threat. I'm with Zorianna Kit. A Girl Missing is about a home care nurse named Ichiko to an elderly matriarch of the Oisho family. She's close to the family, but things change when the young Saki is abducted, and the abductor is Ichiko's nephew. Zorianna, what did you think of A Girl Missing?
It is a movie that I did not like at all. I'm giving it 4 out of 10. I didn't like it because I believe that when a movie presents to you its premise, you have to believe it and then you go along for the ride. If you don't believe it, then it's like you never got on the ride in the first place. And I felt like this was the situation. Like you said, she's a home care worker and the younger daughter, Saki, is abducted. And we find out later that it was her nephew who abducted her. But the older daughter, who has a lesbian crush on Ichiko, begs her not to tell the family that it was her nephew. Keep it a secret because she wants Ichiko to stay there. And stupidly, Ichiko, who's a grown woman, is like, okay, I won't say anything. And of course, you're just like, okay, well, that's going to unravel in a not good way. And so you've got this woman who makes a stupid decision based on nothing. She doesn't even reciprocate the love towards this older daughter. There's just no reason for her to have done that. And so therefore, that was it. Everything just became unbelievable to me because literally this was her nephew that did the abduction. She had nothing to do with it, zero. And the fact that she's now shouldering this blame for the rest of the movie, that's just, I'm lost. I'm at it. I'm out is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 5. It's promoted as a slow thriller, and slow is the key word here. But I think I appreciated different aspects of the movie than you did. And it was kind of near the end. I mean, I understand everything you set up to that point and that story, but to me it was an examination of just what happens when. Okay, so you have the abduction. It's Ichiko's nephew who did it. The abduction occurs because of a chance meeting that Ichiko and Saki was having at a diner.
Yeah,
he just happened to come by, drop something off. Yeah, and to me, it was watching the Ichiko's life unravel because of this one, maybe 15 seconds of time in her life, and to see her life unravel because of her association with her nephew.
But no, No, I disagree. It's not an unraveling because of her association with the nephew. It's her unraveling because she decided to keep the fact that this was her nephew a secret. She could have just come clean with it because she had nothing to do with it.
Right. But the thing is, she kept the secret. She was about to let the secret out, but it was, what's her name?
The daughter, the lesbian.
Oh, Motoko. It was, the daughter, the other daughter, the one who was romantically interested. It was her manipulating her. It was her then releasing the information. It was her getting her to open up about, what she had done with her nephew years ago. It was her destroying her life because she couldn't be with her.
Yes.
And then there's the second half of the movie, or the second parallel timeline of this, where now she's going after her and trying to destroy her life in much the same way with less than spectacular results.
Yeah.
Even. And to me, that was, it was, to me, that's where I kind of connected with her in the sense of, we can kind of get into this idea of, ruining people's lives because of not what they did, but because of the association they have with other people. And
I think it's, sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. It's not even ruining people's lives with associations, but ruining other people's lives due to your own selfish reasons. Sort of like, if I can't have you, no one's going to have you. because Ichiko is engaged to a doctor. Just feels formal, like there's not really any love there, but she would be inheriting a stepson, and she's doing the right thing by the book of getting married and settling down and all this stuff. Well, of course, the older daughter who has a crush on her is jealous. That's when she begins to actively try to ruin Ichiko's life, because she is upset that Ichiko is going to go and get married. So it's these extreme jealousy situations that causes the unraveling to happen, because none of this had to happen if everyone was emotionally intelligent about this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, sadly, the part that happened, but again, she had nothing to do with it. It was a chance meeting, a 15 seconds that she did not plan, nor could she ever reverse and say, oh, I could have done it differently, because it was just an innocent thing. And, yes, she does have, Motoko's ruining her life from it, who's manipulating her. But, this is something.
Alan, why do we never meet her sister, who is the mother of this nephew? Like, how come the whole thing has to fall on Ichiko's shoulders? There is a mother. I mean, we later find out that she committed suicide, but it doesn't affect us because we never knew she existed ever in the first place. So that's moot as well. But
yeah, well, I think that's why we don't meet her, is because this is Ichiko's story, and that again, it's just to reinforce the fact that she is the innocent in this. The mother. There's probably some blame there in the sense of who her son became, and there's that they have more time spent together. But in this case, it's the aunt who probably not the closest, and definitely wasn't had zero to do with his actions, other than in a chance meeting seeing the victims, Saki.
Yeah.
Which to me is the tragedy of all this. And we could talk about the choices she makes, but that's why we have film. That's why we have drama. People if people made the right choices in movies, we wouldn't be seeing movies.
I know. I mean, I understand that these choices had to be made in order for there to be an unraveling, so there could be a story for this film. But I'm just saying, for me, the bottom line is that it was just an absurd premise, and I couldn't get on board with it from the get-go, which just made the whole thing unbelievable to me, and I could not support the premise in any way.
Yeah, and I think I appreciated the her story and just the ringer she was being thrown through. But again, it's a slow movie. It runs at a slow pace. And, we talked about the parallel timeline. We were just talking before that I had no idea that these were parallel timelines until you told me. And so there's a little confusion there.
Yeah, there is a confusion because she's living in a house with the fiance and the kid, but then the next scene she's in an apartment by herself sleeping on the floor, and then she's barking like a dog on all fours, which is really weird, and she's unraveling psychologically on top of that, and it's a little weird watching this spin into Descent, to be honest.
Yeah. All right, absolutely. Okay, well, this is the Film Threat Review Show. That was A Girl Missing. Please visit filmthreat.com for more movie reviews, news features, interviews, the podcast, the YouTube channel, subscribe, do all that stuff, and have a great day.